Seoul, Korea, Republic of, a weakening typhoon brushed by metropolitan Seoul Friday after battering southern South Korea with heavy rain and high winds, leaving one person missing and a slew of damaged buildings, cancelled flights and power outages. Japan's weather agency downgraded a separate storm from typhoon strength after it crossed a swath of the western part of the country overnight. Residents gather under umbrellas and shelter as rain falls in Pyongyang, North Korea, Friday, August 24. North Korea reported heavy rain in its east coast city of Wonsan and in neighboring Muncheon, which were lashed by 33.8 centimeters (13 inches) and 62.5 centimeters (24.5 inches) of rain respectively. In Hangguan, the Associated Press, South Korea's weather agency said Typhoon Solik's force has diminished as it moved northeast but was still expected to pound the country's mountainous eastern region with strong rain and winds before exiting the peninsula in the afternoon. North Korea reported heavy rain in its east coast city of Wonsan and in neighboring Muncheon, which were lashed by 33.8 centimeters (13 inches) and 62.5 centimeters (24.5 inches) of rain respectively. No details were immediately available on whether anyone had been injured. The North's capital of Pyongyang, which is also its biggest city, received only a relatively mild rainfall Friday. South Korea's government said a man in his 30s was injured and a 23-year-old woman was missing after she was apparently swept away in southern Jeju Island Wednesday night. A 16-year-old boy was injured in Gohyang, a southern mainland county, after a wall collapsed on Thursday. The article continued. About 22,000 power outages were reported at homes, buildings and farms in the southern regions and more than 700 flights were cancelled on Thursday. No major damages have been reported in Seoul and the surrounding metropolitan area, where about half of the country's 50 million people live. Read more. South Korea, Japan brace for winds and rain from two typhoons. 5 tourists rescued from flooded home as Hurricane Lane hits Hawaii heading into peak of Nova Scotia's hurricane season. Residents being reminded it's far from over. The Japan Meteorological Agency said Cimarron, now a tropical storm, was back at sea and heading for northern Japan after bringing heavy rain and high winds to the port city of Kobe and elsewhere in western Japan overnight. The agency said Cimarron was moving north with maximum sustained winds of 90 kilometers (56 miles) per hour with gusts to 126 kilometers per hour (78 miles per hour). It was forecast to reach the northern island of Hokkaido on Friday night. Article continued below. The storm caused scattered damage, flooding and landslides as it swept across western Japan the previous night. A large wind turbine toppled on Awaji Island near Kobe and a worship hall collapsed at a Shinto shrine in Kyoto, leaving the roof almost on the ground. Japan's disaster agency tallied 30 people injured, 2 seriously. More than 300 flights were cancelled and high-speed bullet train service was suspended in the region. 3 students were believed to have been dragged into the ocean by strong waves while setting off fireworks at a beach in Shizuoka City as the typhoon approached Wednesday night. Japanese media said the search for them resumed Friday.